Alright guys, like I said, early morning. Some of this video might be a little dark. I'm using my GoPro to film it. I am not using my phone. We're going to put this thing up here. Tires are a little bit wet, so we're going to see. This is the new additions I haven't been able to film because of the yellow jackets. I run this thing a little bit yesterday on the course, and it actually did surprisingly well. I picked totally the wrong line there, and this thing went excuse me, went right up it in the dry yesterday. What little bit of time I was able to get on the course. Like I said, the yellow jackets have been so bad I haven't been able to spray. I was actually fairly impressed with this thing out here. And there is a certain line you have to be on with about any truck right here. There we go. That was actually pretty. Straight axle giving me a little problem right there. I need to get me a better action camera here. This thing does not pick up low light area very well, so it will improve when we get up here, guys. Trying to get some of the dew rain off these tires. As I ran it in the dirt yesterday too, so they're packed up now, and I ran it through the wet grass, so these tires I noticed do a lot better in the dry. Maybe this will pick up some light now. This thing is actually doing super good. I missed the rock line right there, my fault. This thing actually performs ridiculously well for stock. Everything. I was impressed with if the foams in these tires were honestly, nothing gets a grip here with wet tires. Pretty much everything slips on the wood with the wet, so I'm not expecting miracles. This is actually doing better than I figured it would. So, another one of our side hilling tests here, and I ran this yesterday and it did great. There's for no weight in this thing. Man, it worked really well. None of the truck stock we've ever run up here and tested would side hill that spot right there. Nothing. And I've had a VS4 up here, and it won't side hill that spot either. Which, you know, this is a low slung buggy. This thing's actually works pretty well. Is it perfect? No. The electronics in it great? No. Are they awful? Not really. Suspension works really well. Of course, you know, the Vanquish shocks, they leak. Just about like your, you know, stock axial shocks. So, but for what it is, I mean, we're going to run a harder line right here. Okay, I'm going to run this again because I was talking. I'm not going to talk here. I'm going to concentrate on driving because this buggy killed this line yesterday without me getting attacked by yellow jackets. There we go. Yeah, there we go. I mean, that is a hard line to get on, especially for straight axles. And this thing just absolutely murders it, so. Murders it. Fantastic. Alright, okay, that was too easy. So let me get out of this hole. Let's see if we can get up here on our harder area. Yellow jackets are murderous already this morning. They're out for blood. I haven't been able to run up here. That's why I haven't been doing any videos, because of the yellow jackets are so bad in the state of West Virginia this year. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this one. That was my pitiful driving and a couple rocks Still need reconcreted down in. I haven't, like I said, been able to mess with anything up here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it slipped off, but it would have gotten it. So we're going to come down here. It's going to be a little darker. I don't know how well it'll pick it up on film down here by the tree. 2300 Pro system in this thing would probably, and then I may go up like a tooth or so to get a little more wheel speed, because I'm wanting to use this more for a, you know, crawler, rock racer, basher, you know, type whatever buggy. So, but that right there is a pretty rough spot, guys, and it just killed it right there. So see how she does right here. Anybody that watches my channel and follows, anybody that's been out here and runs this course, you guys know this course is not a super duper easy course to run. It might not look hard in the videos, guys, but believe me, it's not super easy. Especially for taking a truck out of a box and bringing it. And the wet tires are gonna give me some problems here. There we go. A little bit of wheel speed to get me up on it. And my shitty driving. Let's reset it. Wasn't the truck right there, it was I got off the line. So, boom. I'm not gonna lie. That's better than my son's slightly modified TRX4 with aftermarket tires and wheels. I mean, if this buggy had a 2-in-1 in it, that would have been butter, even with stock wheels and stuff. So let's run down our tree section here. Really wish this camera would pick up light better. This is my next endeavor, is picking up a better action camera for filming so I can step up my video game. Get it? Alright, we're gonna go down here to Pipe Dream. Alright, and we're gonna see if this thing will run the pipe. Okay, so you can't really see where you need to be from the other side, guys. You can see how much easier that was for me right there. Alright, so we're gonna make sure we get our placement right here. And I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna have to video you from here. Let me stop recording, see if I can get this thing to set and extend the GoPro out. Alright, I wanted to see this. I wanted to get this on camera. If this truck can make this Pipe Dream with bone stock, that will be super impressive. Oh man, guys, right there. If I would have had a 2-in-1 in this thing, let me get it turned around maybe. You know, just gonna wedge it more. Okay, so what I was saying was, that Pipe Dream right there, that was super impressive. I think it probably would have pulled it, and I'm not going to be able to get back up in there again because now the Yellow Jackets are pissed off. So let's try, since they're not down here yet, let's try nothing gets traction on this wood and the dampness, guys. Maybe if I can get the tires to dry off a little bit. This is actually pretty impressive, to be honest with you. Oh, wow. Holy moly. Oh, wow. Straight axles are screwing me right there. Wow, 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 wow. 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 Yeah, and that was my driving, not the buggy. It just doesn't have the throttle control. It was my driving, not the buggy's fault. Dropped down in that hole, not paying attention. Being totally flabbergasted, I was able to get that. Yeah, it just doesn't have the throttle control that it needs with this brush system, but we'll go up here and try the hard bridge. What I was saying down there, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, uber impressive. You feel me? That was uber impressive. Holy moly. Even for wet tires, it's just wet. So it doesn't like the wet wood, these tires, but nothing does. Of course the tree branches, you know what I mean? The tree branches are no big deal. We have to go around my table here. So, you know, everything gets a good traction bite on those tree branches. So we're going to see how she rolls down the steep end here. I mean, I'll have to just let the drag brake do its thing here on the brush setup without a 2-in-1. We're at about a 67. This goes down about it varies. Steepest is close to like a 67, 68% incline on this test. Man, this thing is very well planted. Drag brake's actually working really well. The yellow jackets are attacking. Yellow demons. Evil. Evil. So, I'm not going to try to run up this just because of the simple fact is it's wet. If it was dry, it's just not going to get it in the wet. These tires don't like the wet, I've noticed. So, here's another harder spot. And it just kills it. No problem. Hangs on. Everything kind of does the exact same thing right there in that spot. Okay, we're going to shut the camera off. All right, guys. We're doing this little mini overview after run. Overview after run. Running after view. With some crawlers and coffee. So, I'm just going to go over this little tidbit. Jolly good show, good fellas. Jolly good show. Vanquish, you did an awesome job as always. Good show! Jolly good show! Jolly good, jolly good. I feel like I said, I need a monocle. I'm just kidding. Don't take offense, Vanquish, guys. That's just how some of y'all guys are perceived in the RC world. The poor people can only afford a red cat. Okay, so, anyways. We got the Vanquish Optic H10. We got it down here. I'm going to go over. I'm just going to be brutally honest here. Foams in the tires, they work. They perform pretty decent, but a dual stage foam, I would say cutting these foams, doing a star cut on the stock foams in this, if you're going to be more of an aspect of Crawler Kitty. There's a Crawler Cat down here. Hey, come on, Crawler Kitty. Sorry, guys, we got a Crawler Kitty, the original. The original Crawler Kitty. That's the OG Crawler Kitty. Before anybody else started copying the Crawler Kitty. So, we have, I think if you was to take these foams out of these and star cut them, just like, you know, the crazy crawlers, you know, without even upgrading your foams, and you guys can watch Jerry's Old Guy reviews. He's got a really good video where he shows you how, you know, take a marker, lay it out, sharp X-Acto knife blade, chop, suey, ginsued, and it will soften them up. It, you know, usually it looks like it probably takes, you know, pounds per square or inch or whatever you could say, maybe like a couple pounds off less to compress your tire, to get it, you know, to deform, to get a grip. I think those would work. That idea would work really well if you're looking at doing just crawling with it. I'm more of like crawling U4 rock buggy racer type thing. So for right now, this actually isn't bad. I hate the plastic wheels. I'm gonna be pulling these apart and probably putting these tires on a different set of aluminum bead locks. And then I'm going to get something specifically. Actually, I have the aluminum wheels already that I'm probably going to put these on. But I'm going to be picking up another set of the beadlock wheels and doing probably a better set of tires. And here's the thing. I want to go over just a little bit of tidbit information and stuff I do know. I said this is not the comes ready to slap in the servos. This is like your standard VFD Vanquish transmission. This isn't the one that has all the bells and whistles, and it doesn't have all the doodads, good fellow. It's just your standard VFD. However, you can put the upgraded VFD with your overdrive selectable, and it's just all jolly good, jolly good. It has all the stuff in it, so sorry I keep changing personalities there. Just looking at it just makes me want to put the monocle in like the Monopoly guy. I just don't know how the poor people do it. So, I'm one of those poor people. I'm just kidding, guys. I think it's funny. So, anyways, I think, and then I'll keep these tires for more of a, I want to say like bashing, rock racing type stuff, because I'm going to higher power this thing. I was originally going to put just a little, like a Holmes Hobby motor in it and a 1080, but I think a 2300 and maybe going up a tooth and gearing, and I don't think that'll affect the slow crawl with the 2300 or make it hot. And I think the 2300 will give me more than enough that I'm looking for, ripping power-wise in this thing. So, yeah, before we get a super long video, that's just what I would recommend. The stock servo, it's like any other, it's going to be like any other RTR. Vanquish's electronics aren't any better, than anyone else's. I mean, they literally run basically the same generic, I don't know, generic, but same, 1060. To be truthful, Red Cats, and I don't know what it is, and everybody says, oh, they're all the same, they're just rebranded. Well, the Red Cats, Red 1060s, whatever, whoever the hell makes them, they just seem better. They seem to have a better slow crawl to me than most of any other 1060 I've ever ran. I don't know. I'm just putting that out there, guys. It just seems like to me that their red cheapo RTR ESC seems smoother with a good motor in it than all the other 1060s. And I run a lot of 1060s. I still have 1060s in a lot of my my son's Blazer and stuff. Just because, it doesn't get run all the time, so there's no sense in me putting a crap ton of money, in a 2-in-1 or a 1080. It's just not worth it. When I have a bunch of 1060s, I've ripped out of my stuff until they all go out. It's just common sense here, people! Common sense! Okay, that's enough of that. So, let's get back into this. I really did enjoy running it. Steering is fine. It has the 6.5 or 6% overdrive already. Because it's a jolly good Vanquish, good fellow. Everybody cries about the shocks. How dare they cry about a Vanquish product? They're the best in the world. The shocks do leak a little bit. I'm going to be taking these out and then just doing a simple cleaning everything. I have shock O-ring seal grease. Every single shock I've ever rebuilt, minus the old axial plastic housing body junk SCX-10, throw them in the trash. They're absolutely worthless shocks. Every single shock I've ever rebuilt using that. I don't have it here. I always talk about stuff and then I never have it on camera. I don't know where it's at. So you'll have to forgive me. Don't throw me under the bus on that one. I hope I didn't lose it because I love that stuff. I put it on everything. I dip my tacos. No, I'm just kidding.